Ladies and gentlemen, for your main event of the evening. And we're here in studio at 1680 AM, The Fighter's Voice. Voiceography at its finest. Every fighter has a voice, and so does our guest. Top-ranked boxer, undefeated professional, Avenal Tiburon, Vences. I hope I rolled it just right, man. I'm still working on my Spanish, man. Don't bite me, brother. Don't bite me or eat me up. You know what I'm saying? With a colorful, unblemished record of 19 wins, 0 losses, with 11 of those wins coming by way of shark attack knockout. He's only 25 years old and on the road to national stardom. Born in Watsonville, California, now living and representing San Jose, Sharktown, California. The shark is on the attack and will devour anyone who steps inside the ring with him, just like a great white shark does when he smells the victim's blood. November 11th is just days away, and Vences will be coming out of hiding and eat away all of the competition. And before we get started, and now, back to ringside. Ladies and gentlemen, for your main event of the evening, from San Jose, California, El Tiburon Vences! And there we are, my man.
What's up, Rich? How you guys doing?
Doing good. Welcome to the show, brother. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing really good. Feeling ready to go, man. Ready to go.
Feeling like $1 million. You're looking like $1 million, man. Look at the jacket. Look at the pants. Look at the sweat. Look at the Gucci freaking watch and the green belt.
Oh, yeah. How'd you know?
Oh, man, I recognize style. You know, I see things. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I had to look fresh for that press conference we had earlier today, but yeah, I'm feeling good. I've trained like $1 million, so I'm ready to go.
Talk to us about your nickname, man. Where did that come from?
El Tiburon, you know what? That nickname came from me being from San Jose, us having the San Jose Sharks hockey team, and you know, a shark, when he swims through the water, he's smooth. You don't see him coming, but when he smells blood, he goes for the attack, kind of like my style.
Yeah.
You know, I move around the ring, but at any given moment, I could knock you down. And, you know, kind of relates to that, and just my fighting style, and, you know, the way a shark attacks is I like to say, is like how I attack when I see somebody hurt.
Yeah.
It's all gas, no brakes from there on.
That's right.
And you know, every opponent and everybody that gets in my ring, they either swim to a losing decision or they sink and get knocked out. And that's what I do in the ring.
That's what times that explains that. I gotta ask you this: how does it feel to be a part of the biggest boxing event ever to hit Fresno, California?
It feels good, man. Especially because I grew up with all these amateur fighters like Jose. You know, I actually fought Jose once in the amateurs. I lost the decision. Back when we were qualifying for nationals. I fought alongside Kilo. I know Brian Lua. I've sparred with him once before. And just being in Fresno and fighting back in Fresno, since I got signed with Top Rank, they've headlined me out here a lot. So this kind of became kind of like a second home where my fans are able to come from San Jose to Fresno. It's like a 2.5 hour, 3 hour drive. And they're able to witness history. And they're going to witness the 20th victory this Saturday. So I'm excited, man. I got a lot of co-workers, a lot of family, a lot of friends, and they know it's Shark Week. So
That's
and they know Saturday night's gonna be Shark Night, and another prey is gonna go down.
You know what? I was reading my team. They did some investigating, man. That you quoted one time. You said, "You know what? I just like to fight." And so I got to ask you this, man. Do you remember your first street fight?
I do.
Well, let's talk about that.
I do. So yeah, like I don't know why, but trouble always seemed to find me. I don't know if it's my appearance or the way I kind of looked at people, but I didn't have my first fight till I was in 5th grade, and it had to be with an African American guy, and it just ended up it ended up standing up, him grabbing my neck, me throwing a couple punches in his face, and then I took him down, and pretty much teachers separated, and that was about it. And then my next fight was in 6th grade, 7th grade, and things started getting out of hand.
So you stood consistent.
I stood consistent because I felt I had something to prove sometimes at school when, you know, encountering certain situations. But ever since I joined the boxing gym and my dad put me in the gym, he started seeing that I wasn't getting in trouble in school anymore. I was kind of trying to make something happen in the boxing ring. Now I had something to prove, not outside, but in the ring now.
There you go, channeling your focus to something positive, right? And your dad introduced you to that. I was about to ask you, how'd you get involved in the sport of boxing?
So my dad didn't really like want to introduce me to it. I was first involved in martial arts. My dad did martial arts. He did freestyle kung fu out of Mexico.
And you know what? I see your dad a lot. He's a fit man.
He's badass.
Yeah.
For him being his age, he's really fit. So he put me in martial arts as a young kid. I was doing gymnastics since like 5 years old.
That's right.
I did martial arts. But it wasn't, you know what? I wasn't too flexible. I didn't like stretching a lot, the stuff he liked. And I kind of told him, hey, I want to fight, because I was still getting fights at school. I told him I want to fight, but I was wondering if I could try boxing. I didn't know that you could even compete. I didn't even know the steps to take to even be a boxer. And then it was at that moment he just told me, hey, you know what? If I don't see improvement in a month, I'm going to take you out of boxing because you don't play boxing. He goes, but I'm going to sign you up. I'm going to find you a gym. And pretty much I started boxing like at 13.
So there was some conditions.
There was some conditions.
You met the conditions.
Yeah, so after a month, he saw me training. He saw like that I was into it, that I was practicing every day, and he kind of was like, "Whoa, like I guess he likes it. I'm gonna leave him here and see what he does."
There you go.
And you know what, Rich? My father's like my biggest supporter, and you know,
that's right.
Everything we do is like, I feel when I win, we win together because it's been a real long road. And
you call him Pops.
I call him Pops,
Yeah, I caught
Pops.
that.
Yeah, he's just, you know, he's been my biggest supporter even through the amateurs. You know, I had so many failures going through boxing. Any kid would have quit. I can guarantee you any kid would have quit everything I've been through in boxing as an amateur before even turning pro.
You know, is it safe to say, because I was looking, I did my homework, correct me if I'm wrong, you never won a national title, correct?
No, I want a small little national title.
What I'm saying is you were not looked at.
Nope.
It's safe to say that even today you've been the underdog.
Yeah, coming in even as a pro.
Right,
yes,
right.
I was overlooked. I was looked
exactly
at
overlooked.
Yeah, I was. You know, I wasn't the guy that I'm supposed to be today.
Okay, how did you close the gap? From all the guys that won the national titles, that got the prestige, that got the looks, that got everybody rambling about them, talking about them, and yet you're blue collar, you put in the work.
You know what it is, Rich? I think what separated myself is, you know what, I was looking at a picture. I'll try and pull it up right here for the Facebook Live.
That's right.
And you know what? Not down talking any amateur that was with me at the time that was a big top amateur, but I was looking back at a picture that I have here on my Facebook. I downloaded and sent it to my dad. I sent this picture to my dad. There's Jamal Herring, who was a U.S. Olympian. There's Tara Gasha, who was a U.S. Olympian. And there's Santos Vasquez. I forgot his name. We're all pros.
Yeah.
These guys were ahead of the game. In this picture, you know, I didn't win this tournament. They're all winners. They're going to the Olympics. And I told my dad, looking back at it now, all the guys lost already.
Mm-hmm.
They went pro. They went to the Olympics. They had the best pedigree. All of them were already lost already.
Yeah.
Not saying that they're going to bounce back, but I'm saying what you said, Rich. I closed the gap.
Yeah.
That was a huge gap that I closed. And even having the title now, and 19-0, about to be 20-0,
That's right.
It's been a huge gap I closed. But I think the difference between me and any other fighter, the Olympian or top fighter, is I always constantly remind myself what it is that got me to this point, which is number one, making the gym and the priority to go to the gym has been like my religion. Nothing comes before the gym. Not my family, not my fiance. I've prioritized the gym so much that nothing gets in the way of
those
my
are
gym
those
work.
sacrifices.
And those are the sacrifices. And every time I've had like a media day or something, I've worked my workout schedule around to where I make up the day. I don't try and take, the time off, no shortcuts. I always remind myself that the work has to be put in.
You know what? I like that. We need to put that in the back of your shirt. No shortcuts.
No shortcuts, man. And you know what? It's been years and years. Even since I turned pro at 21, I haven't drank. I haven't done drugs. I haven't. If I go party or something, I've stayed clean. I have a curfew time. Even leading up to this fight, there was a couple birthday parties that I went to at 11 p.m. Hey guys, I gotta go. My friends respect that, and I think it's that too. I surround myself with people who respect it.
Yeah.
When I cut out from parties or groups, they go, all right, man, take it easy. They're not the type to hold me back and kind of drag me. Hey, come on, dude, don't stay. They respect what I'm doing, and they let me go. As long as I showed myself, said hi, happy birthday to the friends, that means the world to them. So yeah, I just always remind myself what got me here, because at the end of the day, that's what's going to make me become a world champion. And I always tell myself, if I got here from the bottom with no support to where I'm at now that I have support, there's no way I'm not going to make it. Mentally, I know I'm going to make it. It's just a matter of when. It's not a matter of if.
So I think you're ahead of the game. I mean, you're very mature for your age. You got your priorities in line. You know what you want. You know what it's going to take to get there. And yet you're willing to make the sacrifice. Even the corazón that you have for your family, everything, it doesn't outweigh the goal. It doesn't outweigh what Andy Vences is going to stand for when it's all said and done. And that's going to be not a one-time, not a two-time, not a three-time, but we're looking at a four-time world champion. Champ, this is part 2. It's called Inside the Ring. Okay? Andy, take us inside the ring. Take us with you. What's it like in there? Tell all the viewers, tell all the listeners. Once you step in the ring, we're a part of you. Take us in there with you.
So, I mean, just even going in the ring, it takes a lot of hard work. But I'm gonna take it from the casual fan viewpoint. I know a lot of people criticize boxers or say he should jab more, he needs to do this more. First of all, you gotta ask yourself: have you ever put on the gloves, and have you ever been in the ring? Because one thing is being a critic where you haven't been in the ring, and one's being a person where you actually have fought professionally to where you have some criticism, you could say, and it's kind of respectable. But to be honest, in the ring, walking in the ring, everything leading up to the ring, there's a certain anxiety feeling that you feel in your chest that you're here. The time is now. It's actually happening now. When the lights are on you and the announcer's announcing your corner, it feels somewhat of a dream that it's happening now. You know, you're looking at the ref, you're looking at yourself like, I got to do it now.
Yeah.
All the work for this moment, and it's happening now. It's kind of like and everything's happening in seconds. And when that first bell starts, it's just, you're not thinking really what to throw. Everything's going off what you've trained for and reaction, and everything's happening in a split amount of seconds. And it's all just a natural instinct that you've obviously trained in the gym and that you're doing at that moment every split seconds, maintaining your distance, coming inside and out. And that's what I'm saying. When you're in there with that 8-ounce glove and no headgear, it's very different from sparring. The shots that I see guys get hit with in sparring, that they can take that shot in the professional ring with that 8-ounce glove, it's going through that guard, even if you block it. So for me being young and stuff, it's like we like to use our distance and our natural athleticism to dodge punches instead of relying on our hands to block. So everything's just happening in a amount of seconds. And you know, to be honest, for me, when I hurt the guy, you realize the damage you've done, the momentum shifts. Even when you get hit or when he gets hit, it's just happening in an amount of seconds where you have to capitalize on every moment. And it's just, honestly, it's an unbelievable feeling that it's really a dream come true being 19-0 and just being able to do what I love. Just like you, Rich, and everybody does. When you do what you love, you enjoy it that much more.
You know what, Andy, I wanted to ask you this, and this is what we do. I don't avoid questions.
No, go ahead. Feel free.
I think there's a big congratulations coming your way. I understand there's a wedding coming up. Do we have a date?
Yes, we do have a date, but we have limited seats.
Oh, I know. I caught that too. Those wedding platos ain't cheap, brother.
No, you know what? Before going into this planning, check it out. You know what? That's good. I'll tell you guys a little bit about it more. But you know what? It's very stressful even going into that, because when we sat down and started planning like who we're gonna invite. Rich, it's sad, but it was true. I left out a lot of family that I realized hasn't been in touch with me the last 5 years. Hasn't gone to a single fight of mine the last 5 years. If you haven't been involved in somewhat in me and my fiance's life, I don't think you should be a part of my life that I'm going to start with
Something
her.
Special.
And, you know, and you just start realizing what family have really been in your life the last 5 years. And it's a trip, because even though they're family, some families never even been in touch. And I got a lot of family. It's 11 brothers and sisters from mom's and dad's side.
Wow.
So we excluded a lot of people. But the date's August 3rd, 2019. And this is a dream, Rich. It's in 2019. I tell my girl, when leading up to the fights, I don't like thinking about the wedding. I just want to focus in, and that's it. After my fights is the time where we start planning little things, get some things out of the way, and then same thing. I got training camp. We don't bother with it. But my dream, and I hope it happens, is that I told her by 2019, I have to be a world champion by 2 years.
I can see that
There's
happening.
no way it's not going to happen. So I told her, let me just focus on myself these 2 years, make it happen, and hopefully we can celebrate that moment and celebrate your effort
Yeah.
with mine, and just it'll be that much better.
You know what, brother? You got a plan, and it sounds like you got one hell of a woman in your corner.
I do. She's
And you know-
unbelievable.
no, and that's good. So my next question is there going to be any little sharks floating around in the future?
In the future,
There you
after
go.
I get married,
Yeah.
there's no right way to have kids. I know people say you got to
Yeah.
get married and have kids. We're trying to do it that way. But honestly, everybody that
Let
has
it
kids before
happen
the
the way it
whatever,
happens.
yeah, it happens the way it happens, and you just cherish that moment and that child and raise them to be the best they can. But yeah, no, they can expect that for sure. She's an unbelievable woman. There's just everything she puts up with, from my training to my diet to my schedule. It's just unbelievable. Concentration, focus, and just the satisfaction in my training. I'm not worried about what's going to happen Saturday night. I've trained so hard that all the work is done. So all I have to do now is listen. As a fighter, I got to listen and be a student and be humble and listen to my coach and know that whatever he says, I have to do. And that's it. That's all I have to do is listen. And that's my job. What keeps me going is my family and how far I've come. And, you know, I recently had my manager, Herb Stone, pass away. And he believed me to be a world champion. So, honestly, when that happened, all these situations are happening in my life, it fuels me that much more to keep going, because I have something to prove, not only to myself, but to them.
You know, that's a great answer, man. And we're going to talk about that, your manager. And, you know, I know it's a touchy situation, but it's also an honor to talk to him and let the man know that he is still a living legend. Because
Right.
I don't count anybody gone. I count him there strongly. And I'm one, and I know exactly what I'm talking about when I say that.